man that can make my body sing and dance to the most exotic of songs, moving in a way I've never seen before. With just one word, I was on my knees, longing for a touch, longing to please, starving, desperate. His love wrapped me up. Entrapped by his spell, my muscles clench under his gaze. Soft as almond eyes, hands that longed only for me, caressed only the skin, penetrated only his lips poured into me a love I had never tasted. If only it were just lust that drew me to him. Just sex with no cuddling, no foreplay, no pillow talk, no breakfast in the morning and days spent lost in each other. If only we never had that. Never had anything at all. So real, so promising. I want him. I still want him. It's been so long since he's touched me. So long since he's loved me. 7. It's been 7 months since he last gave a 6. It's been 6 months since we last said, I love you. 5. It's been 5 days since he last said he loved her. The same her that he left me for. But even she wasn't enough. He needed more. He had to find another her. And him, but her and me. And for some time now, I've been trying to figure out what exactly the 3 of us mean to you. Because it's only been 2 days since you last said you loved her. 1. It's been 1 month since I found out you never really loved me at all. I sung my song. I sung my mantra, the animalistic concubine. I dared you to touch, and at 2 a.m. I told you you only had to ask. You've made my cat meow, but in the end, I'm the one that should be careful of what I wished for. You made me believe you could grant wishes. So I wished for you to stay. I rubbed your lamp and yielded my will to your power. But now I'm the one wishing that we never happened. That there was no cuddling after sex, no pillow talk, no breakfast in the mornings that led to days spent lost in each other. I awake to the airy sounds of the screaming night. Cold sweats and damp sheets are all that's left of my burning desires. A love letter pinned to my wall. Love's will in our testimony. Morning showers are spent scrubbing away his fingerprints long after his scent is gone. If I close my eyes, he's standing there, holding me, scrubbing away my pain. But as I open them, I see my joy mixed in with my shower gel going down the drain. The shower gel he once loved. Cracked with pain, I dare not look for him. The warmth is gone. He is gone. And everything has become cold again.
Hi. Hello. I don't mean to intrude, but from the moment I saw you walk through, I knew I had to speak to you. And I apologize if my presence isn't appealing to you, but I'm sure you can understand that a man gets shaky hands when shaking hands with an angel for the first time. This is the first time in my life that my life ever flashed before my eyes. But it wasn't the past that blew past, it was the future. In future sheets, I saw myself waking up to hellos from halos and missing those eyes before saying goodbyes because Just the thought of a second away from you was equivalent to 10 lifetimes in hell. But hell, I had heaven backing me and an angel at my side, so time flew to a place far away where it could renew its faith in God, because there must be a God. There had to be a God. Because there was no way that a mere mortal could immortalize themselves in my eyes in a split second. In a split second, I was ready to split seconds like atoms, just to give a particle to you. Also that you could have a part of me that no one else ever knew. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I must have gotten caught up daydreaming about days usually one can only dream about. And they say that dreams do come true, but you came through way before I even dreamed of you. So is this what one would call fate? Because if we accelerate anymore at this rate, the next statement I make may be a bit over the top. But I don't want to understate this thing we've got. See, we've weaved an unravelable web and gotten raveled up in it. But I don't want to escape this. See, this prison sentence is just what I needed. See, I'm 25 in life, ready to face 25 to life with you. In fact, just give me life with you. And I don't need an appeal, just our rings to seal this deal. For we are a match made in heaven on earth. But our love is cosmic, written in the stars in braille, so that even the blind could reach out and see that we were meant to be, because we were meant to be. You and I, we're two peas in a pod, cut from the same tree like you and I. The only vowels that matter to us are you and I promise that unlike conjoined twins, there is no one in this world that can tear us apart. We share the same heart, and that's what it takes. And I know this is all a little sudden, but remember, God makes no mistakes. So make no mistake that this day was foretold before our souls were ever established. Before our souls ever established that they would be at this spot this day, my soul was sold out solely to you. To you, I extend more than greetings this day. Because salutations can never begin to explain what relations between you and I could mean. But honestly, I don't mean to intrude. It's just that from the moment I saw you, I knew. And I apologize if my presence isn't appealing to you, but I'm sure you can understand that a man gets shaky hands when shaking hands with an angel for the first time. This is the first time in my life that my life ever flashed before my eyes. You were before my eyes. You were my life. So I had to say, hello.
Searching for a way out. Trapped by the mentality we develop at a young age. Young slaves to the life they lay out. Forced to stay inside of the box. Kicking rocks. Praying, looking for the easiest way to live it up. But I say no and I say yes. I say no to the fact that I won't dress the way they expect me to dress because I'm blocked. I say no to looking back. I say yes to pushing on. Knowing that it's getting back up and make us strong. I say yes to waking up and realizing my future is bright. And so I fight. The fight of a winner. In this life I'm just a beginner. But they will know that because I fight the fight of a winner. Blows of life are much harder than any punch, words or kick someone can throw. And the lows of life are the lowest of lows. But one thing I know is I won't let go. I won't let go of that dream that I can be anything I want to be. Like my mother once told me. Like my mother once told me, it's the same way I hold on to my ambition. Making it a part of my life, making it my mission. To heed the good advice, I need the good advice. This is the good advice that saved me from being cold as ice. Now I feel warm, like someone being held tight in the arms of someone who loved them. They make us feel like cushion. So often we use our mind, use our spine, and make known our thoughts. I was lost. I ain't saying I'm found, I'm still looking for a way out, but I've changed my course. I'm a rebellion. I rebel against being a statistic. I'm compliant. I comply with the ones that choose to be different. I'm defiant. I defy against tradition. Tradition that gets us nowhere when we're searching for a way out. Only you know where you're going. Only I know where I'm going. Only we can make the future better for us. I say no to making it so easy for them to say I am who I'm not. I say no to letting my talent rot. I say yes to being the best that I can be. I say yes to being a man of standard. I say yes, this is the start to it all. Yes, we fall, but I'm a winner, and winners get back up and stand tall.
You're playing with me. I saw your guys. You're playing with me. I should have known. You're playing with me. Pardon me. Wait, Lynn. I can still hear music.
Yeah?
Yeah. Sorry, it was bothering me.
Yeah. Just playing with you.
Pardon?
Thank you. Playing with you.
Yeah. Thank you. Sorry, everyone. I'll start again. You're playing with me. I saw your guys. You're playing with me. I should have known. You're playing with me. Look me in my eyes and realize that I'm the prize that's not categorized. So please don't lie. In the shadows you lurk, searching, creeping in the night. How to think it would work? I've got the wisdom of 1,000 years, knowledge of 1,000 years old. Women who've been oppressed and depressed and suppressed. Man, you need to confess, 'cause I'm not about to regress, 'cause you're less than darkness. I'll let you redeem yourself, but don't you play with me, 'cause my name's not Fisher Price. You keep playing with me. Oh no, don't you play with me, 'cause I might change right before your eyes. So realize that I'm the prize that won't be compromised. So please, don't you lie. In the shadows you lurk, searching, creeping in the night. How to think it would work? 'Cause I'm not the wisdom of 1,000 years, knowledge from 1,000 years old. Women who've been oppressed and depressed and suppressed. Man, you need to confess, 'cause I'm not about to regress, 'cause you're less than I guess. I'll let you redeem yourself. But in the shadows you lurk, searching, creeping in the night. How to think it would work? 'Cause see here, I ain't nobody's fool. Now you listen here, Steve, 'cause love and pain, hell, they go together. So you and I gon' put this thing together. But you better find some way to rectify, some way to ease my mind. Hell, apologize, don't lie, look in my eyes. 'Cause I find it hard to say goodbye. So don't play with me.
Truth be told, I miss you. So much till I had to break down walls of pride and masculinity just to express how I truly feel about you. So much I like to gather tears to mix it with the darkness in my heart so together it can formulate the black ink needed to write this poem. Because I loved you like no other, I loved you like no mother, I loved you more than my mother, I loved you because you was my grandmother. And you granted mothers, your sons, your daughters the opportunity to grandkids would only be called your grandkids. So you was blessed with 6 kids, and when I was just a kid in the 6th grade, I got suspended, almost expelled. And you told me to read Psalms 23. I didn't understand it until now, but by the time I was 23, I desired for you to see the nice young man that I grew up to be. Because you in all your entirety define love in its rawest form. And I couldn't forget how you was ambidextrous. Because you would tie my behind with both hands, but subconsciously it made me ambidextrous, meaning that if you was right here, right now, I would hug you with both hands. And who forget the time that you went to the hospital and the doctor said that you had a hole in your heart. I guess Cupid misinterpreted the wrong kind of love and thus taking a bad shot and leaving a hole in your heart, but despite that, you still managed to live to see 71. Because a good life is defined as 3 scores and 10, which is only 70. But when you had that stroke, I understood how you died at 71. See, but I know that you're going to be with God in heaven because that tuna and grits that you would make was just a simple taste of heaven. And in the words of John Legend, heaven only knows, see, heaven only knows just how much you meant to me. See, no longer I need to take a bullet for you, but I just want you to know that I go to heaven for you. See, you had to have a heavenly sneeze because the good Lord surely did bless you with 4 girls and 2 boys. See, this feeling I'm not trying to avoid, but I'm hoping that God didn't charge you with sin, because if so, I'm going to need to avoid declare the charges against you. I say, you was my grandmother. And you granted mothers, your sons, your daughters the opportunity to the grandkids, for them to be called your grandkids. So nothing was ever too grand for you. Only one day with you will suffice. This poem's for you, my grandmother. Rest in peace, Amelia Bryce.
All right. Welcome to my city. Or should I call it expat city? Where we, the locals, stumble blissfully content with the scraps we eat daily after what's left of mid-management salaries. All to save face, not realizing that the top is our place. This is our country, so don't you think we should be in charge of the expats and where they stay? But it seems that our government allows this in some form of reverse role play, where foreigners determine how much you make, wielding power to hire and fire, and we feel less job security. So much for a safe economy. Bear in mind, the law provides that if we can do the job, then we don't need a foreign mind. But it seems that over time we have lost our own minds. Lost track of what is right and settled with minuscule salaries. See, a prime example is when a company spent millions of fireworks across the seas, and we were so trusting thinking, well, that don't affect me. But I was there to witness more than 5 miles of fire tear the sky asunder. And as I returned home, I realized the same fire burned my home to the ground, where more than 1,000 employees became the part of the latest downsizing activity, released back into the cesspool of what we call society. Where the only measuring stick of success is how big a clip, what caliber fits within the length of your muzzle tip chrome finish with a hairpin trigger to fit snuggly in it. See, who's going to fight? Who's going to fight for me and you? These small men who get passed for promotion when they went to hire Colombian, American, or Portuguese. Without us losing our stagnant salaries that feed the school fees, rent, and other things that consume money. Even if they were in the same position, they still get paid more than you and me. When we may have more than one orifice to feed, what is government trying to tell me? That if I want to be in charge, I must leave my country? From mines to yours, welcome to Expat City.
She's a Mayflower that I fell in love with. Fresh spring pollen got a nigga love sick. Mayflower. May flowers spring from your earth. I can see the springs in your eyes depicting your birth. I know you've sailed a lot of places with your mask intact. I know you've seen a lot of faces with them class intact. And being beautiful is turned into something people exploit. And how you sound in bed is your only accepted voice, but Mayflower, I only want to pollinate your solid state. Photosynthesize, the synthesis should make our spirits mix. Each interim is intimate as we commit and pause. As I study her apertures, she got me caught up and stuck inside a aperture. Wake up my soul, let my body take a nap with her. She put the pistol to my head and made me beg. She saw through the stigma and found out what's in my head. She let my thoughts all bloom like a sakura. Siphon in my chakra made my soul sing like an opera. Officer, lock her up. I had my heart stolen. Our silence is golden, silver line in the frame. And I got a taste for fine metal, true metal and brain. My buttercup, she made me bubble when she blossomed. Cuddle while we talk some. Huddle on the flotsam. Hold this, focus, stop and smell the roses. She's written on my stone heart tablet, word to Moses. She's written on my stone heart tablet, word to Moses. And it's not like we chose this. It's the nature and the fate of somebody supposed this. So now I juxtapose this state of comatosis to permeating spirits to the core, osmosis. And her oxygen, my lungs begin to lock it in. My dioxide, she takes it topside as we kiss and send waves among the cosmos and cosmos stars to regain their lost hope and cause the sparks inside to fly. As we coincide, acquainted with our temples of God as we go inside, deflowered all the innocence of the ignorance of I and she. And we've become this ebb and flow, this tie and chi. This variety of mixed emotions help me understand the notion of why she rocks a flower in her hair every day. She's a flower born in May, and every day is her birthday, Mayflower.
I cried last night. And the only pain that tugged at my heart more was the fact that you can't even see me cry. Because I swam dry in a pool of regrets, wetting all of my pillows and bed sheets. Yes, I cried last night. But not alone. Because I was kept comforted by my murmuring lullabies just to rock me to sleep. I can't count the amount of sheep doing somersaults over my head, no. Taunting me of the plagues that beg for a ruining relationship this year. So here it goes. I cried last night. I promised myself that me and love would never even speak again. I truly believe that a heart does break in silence, because I succumbed to all of its agony, bent and twisted in my bed, dancing like a graceless ballerina, but nobody heard me because my mind was screaming for company. And I am not sentimentally driven, but right now, I need somebody to hold me. Can someone please tell me if this organ is malfunctioning, pumping toxic fluids, deoxygenated, because my body is numb and I can hardly breathe. Show me 3 fingers and I hope that I can count them better than the black sheep doing backflips over my cerebellum. I'm haunted. Am I still conscious? Are these 3 fingers I'm holding up right now? Tell me that my calculation is right, please, so that I know that I'm going to be fine. No, I'm fine. No, don't touch me, I'm fine, because I found a restraining order for love countless times for all of the emotional abuse. But what's the use hiding when it keeps finding me? We're naturally binded. I want him so bad, but I'm being misused. I don't know what else to do. Because he told me, we're through. I battled for his affection when he could hardly make it to round 2. Tell me something. When you've fallen in love so bad, Aren't you supposed to get back up and fight for that shit? So don't cut me loose because I'm hanging by a noose, dangling on my last breath of life, and I think I like it. He's got me whipped like the topping on your favorite sundae. That Sunday, he told me someday I'll just have to get over it. That I'm an immature bitch. Because, frankly, friendship was not enough for me, and baby, I'm sorry. I'd rather cut you off than imagine you hold another in your arms when I know that's supposed to be me, and I can barely understand this. I'm sitting there miles away feeling so helpless. I can't help but to give most of half of the love that's long distance. Overseas, they can never oversee the tears that didn't want this to be over, because you see, I've waited 2 years to show that I know how to hold you better. So I'm dumbfounded. Who told you to leave me in the first place? Because you see, time changes everything. People tend to forget, replacing all of the good with the bad. You were first place in their heart, now all of a sudden your last has got me saying bye-bye to the past, and again I'm shattered like glass we fasted. Tender, loving care for the arguments, the bicker, and the swear ring that was back from used to we should share rings, and this is just exhausting. So baby, if you really love me, why did you give up on me so easy when you knew that I was trying? So did you mean every minute you said you missed me, or were you lying? I think you were lying on a guilty conscience. So you know what? You want your freedom? Here you have it. Let your freedom come. Let your will be done on earth. Baby, I wanted to give you heaven, but we can hardly see past hell. All of the yelling. Overseas, overseas. I wish he could oversee the tears I cried on my pillow every night. All pride aside, I just kept thinking that he has to take me back. If he could only see me cry.
The reason why we come to speak is because we come to speak and interact with other like-minded people that have come to speak. And if this is the first time you have come to speak, here's what you missed when you didn't come to speak. There was this girl that had come to speak, but the only way I had come to speak was by writing a letter to a stranger and following it up with a reply. Standing on the stage reading it gave me such a high. I know I wasn't on drugs. Guess I just caught one of those love bugs. See, last year we heard about that church girl and D'Angelo said Bijan is speaking from his own word. Disclaimer. And when Surreal came to speak, she told everyone to hush. Last year when D'Angelo came to speak, he came to speak to me about lifetime conversations, and we also figured out some equations of why short wasn't really short. It's just concentrated. See, this is the first time you've joined us, then you're later. When we come to speak, it's not all intellectual. See, if you didn't know already, you can learn all about the color special. And if you're lucky, you will learn what font size looks like. You will know what paper clipping is once all the poets touch the mic. See, when we come to speak, we come to leak the words, feelings, hopes, jokes, and quotes that's in our hearts. And before the night is over and we are apart, you may find out why silence sleep and why women creep, why love won't go past autumn's leave, and why last year Bijan had an ace up his sleeve. What it's like to stand on your own 2 feet or be brought down by the sea. Why women cry and why men lie. Why it's important to stay and not go. What D'Angelo thought of when he first said hello. What it's like to be a man with shaky hands because he's shaking hands with an angel. What it's like to fight off demon seeds. See if you're lost and just follow my lead. The reason why we come to speak is because all of us have this creek, and this is our way of getting our feelings out. So please don't sit in your chair and pout. Go and get a sip of the Golden Club's Golden Juice. Relax and unwind and listen to another sexual poem from my boy Recluse. The reason why anyone should come to speak is so they can come to speak to people who have sense, and I don't mean sense, I mean brains. People whose words will leave stains that will have you eager to come to speak next week. And if this is the first time you have come to speak, I hope you have come to speak. But in the meantime, I'd like to personally say Happy New Year and welcome to Speak.
So you better know. So you better know. So I don't get the milk, I have to buy the cow. So you wasn't the same one who the doers them done and talking, but if you want fun, dial this number. So you just gonna sleep on me. Talking, but you're gonna get deep on me like you'd already been saved. I didn't save anything for me. So now you want to ring. Never even talking about funyuns or onions or a ring pop. You need to
Stop.
Let's be realistic. The only way I can allow you to be my one and only if we can move somewhere off this country so that we can get like fake names or phony IDs, change of facial features, numbers, Facebook accounts. All that to say is where no one would know that I am dealing with a You know what, I didn't even say that. I didn't even play it like that. Because after all, I wouldn't even have all this discussion if I didn't have feelings for you.
True.
Even though it's true that my cousin already tell me he was a bad guy. But the thing about it is, you only had as much people in your life as he had in his. But is he a bad dude? Or is he a lover? Is he the man to get it and get it good so that someone could go back and brag on how he did it and how he hit it? But you are the part of the equation. You are the person who enjoyed what you did, so you kept it going, and you never hid what you did, so they kept feeling that you were owing them something every time you went out with them. Or get a little chicken stock and miss. So, even though you're a bad girl, you can still talk.
Why can't you have the same feelings I have for you? Am I a bad guy? Why do you come in with these side stories about the guys that played you and make you feel stupid? About the guys that never share the same feelings for you? Am I not your type of guy? Is it because I call you beautiful? Or is it because I'm there when you need me to be? I must be doing something wrong. I must be too nice of a guy, or I must be mistaken I'm a bad guy. Maybe I should insult you, don't give you the attention you deserve. Maybe I should treat you like a t-shirt. I feel like I'm doing all the right things to the wrong girl. Maybe that's it. Maybe I had too much expectations of you. You must not see things I see. Is it bad that I compliment and cheer you up when you're down? I'm probably just not bad enough for you. Sincerely, the good guy.
The brown dog of her home has history peeling from its surface and bruises on its wooden body. It looks a little like her. Eggshells are scattered on the tile floor of her two-bedroom apartment. She walks lightly on top of them. Lightly as walking on water before a storm, she does not want to break them when he is around. She is shattered as the shells beneath her feet because his hand hates her to pieces but loves when she is broken. He worships her with vengeful knuckles and open fists. Writing praises on her skin, his penmanship is the shape of hospital visits and unreported touches, and she learns forgiveness better than her body learns how to heal. He has apologized. He brings flowers the color of bruises. Bruises the color of repentant flowers, leaving petals on her skin. He is sorry that she made him do it. There are apologies on her body that she has yet to accept. Apologies. Petals, flowers that smell like love, like pain, like stranger, like husband. This is not the man she had married. He is too strong, too forceful, too brave. He loves too hard. It hurts. This love hurts. behind the latches on the bedroom door of her daughter, behind the eggshell-colored bedroom door of her lover. She is not afraid to break free of these chains, not afraid to break free of these bonds. Woman, you will hatch you in the shells you once stepped on. He will try to stop you, keep you in the past behind the history of bolted doors, but you will get past this, because when one door closes, another one opens, and when it opens, run to the sunshine he has kept you from. Take your daughter, show her that love is not unkind hands, it is pure heart. It is smiles, it is hugs, it is unconditional. Run away from the conditions of two-bedroom prisons, away from the doors that kept you in the dark, away from the hands that praise to it bruises. Use your hands to pray for him with love. Then forgive him. Forgive your husband for being a stranger. Then forgive yourself for taking the blame.
He has an erection infection due to the unprotected injection into what is known as the frontal lower midsection of a female. Now I make no correction because there was an inspection, but that was in a time way before he knew that he was a candidate in her election. Now elections come and gone and a condom never won, and all because he thought that he was safe. But what he never knew was that there were quite a few who months earlier were standing in his place. He told a long line like it was government payday time, all so that he could get a slice. Thinking, if I hit that well, all her friends she's gonna tell. And maybe I would get to hit that twice. Now, planning his big day when he would finally get to play with the one that he'd been after for so long, he started going to the gym so that he'd be toned and cut and trimmed, so that when he hit it, he'd be able to perform. Weeks after bodybuilding and comments from some little children who told him that his arms were looking buff, he went to buy protection, and when making his selection, he asked the cashier for a pack of Riders Rough. Easy. Now, what he had planned was to be a gentleman, but this lady, gentlewoman, she was not. If you don't know the story, just sit back and don't you worry, for I'm about to pick up the block. They met up after dark a few blocks from Pinewood Park, where she did every player she needed money. He then began to wonder, and his mind led him to ponder, until she exposed a tattooed Playboy bunny. Now, close to her vagina, it was such a strong reminder of all his exercising in the gym. So he peeled off 2 blue marlins, and she said, "Why, thank you, darling, you was a baller. You just play a pop during." Now let's get down to business, because you know you want to hit this. And for 200, I cannot make you wait. So when I drop this panty, boy, you better come and round me. And when I say slum, you better not hesitate. Like a bicycle kickstand, he hold his dick in his left hand. And with his teeth, he used the right to dare the rapper. Now when she saw what he had done, she said, "I'm sorry, man. But condoms, I'm allergic to them, Bob." So she pulled panties to her waist, his smile turned over on his face. As she said, "Condoms, they just break me up." So he whispered, "What about orange?" She said, "Me, I was a gal with morals. I don't put them down." Thinking about it hard and long, he concluded there was nothing wrong, and this girl was too good looking to be sick. So out from beneath the zipper, Wild West could not draw quicker. Like diamonds as he pulled out his dick. Neglecting to use his latex where she often uses playtex caused him pain and a fiery sensation. You've never heard a man scream so much his own genitals he's afraid to touch, especially when it's time for urination. He has an erection infection due to the unprotected injection into what is known as the frontal lobe midsection of a female.
I tried being black. Go somewhere, turn it up. I tried being black, but it's a prevalent fact that when the media's pushing us, we should be pushing right back. Show us images of ourselves down in front of the Negro. This did it for media, thus why we see sculptures with no noses. That our black little girls want the hoes rather than roses. Our God is being raped. All that's left are thorns, so infatuated with our anatomy that is degraded and torn, selling our souls cheap, putting our bodies to sleep. It doesn't matter if you're a Raiders or a Crip, we're still being a creep. When will we regain our past roots and share these present lies? How can we survive when one generation is killing themselves before the other one dies? How many mothers' tears will be shed? How many brothers' blood will be bled? We must stop this cycle. We have the right to. Because for so many years I fought me when I fought you. And I never thought then like my fellow brother. To make a proud woman of my mother. To go farther than my father. I tried being black, but right now, just being me.
Mr. Angela song.
Yes, sir.
What's that?
Same for us. This is part of the song. Right?
No, this is the English one. This is the English one.
Oh.
A tornado flew around my room before you came. Excuse the mess it made. It usually doesn't rain in Southern California, much like Arizona. My eyes don't shed tears, but they fall when I'm thinking about you. Ooh, nah, nah, nah. I've been thinking about you. You know, no. To kick it, got a beach house I could sell you in Idaho. I don't love you, I just thought you were cute. That's why I kissed you. Got a fighter jet, I don't like to fly, and though I'm lying now.